Hey, my dudes. So we are going to look at something called SillyTavern, which is a UI for interacting with chatbots. You can see over here is kind of one of the, see if it lets go a little bit bigger there. You can read up on it, but basically it's a UI that allows us to interact with chatbots in a much larger manner, really dig into the details. In fact, if we look here over at the description, it says it's a user interface that you can install on your computer and Android phones that allows you to interact with text generation AIs and chat or role play with characters of the community. So it's one of these things actually you can, it's really for character development. So when you're interacting with these chatbots, one of the fun things is that you get to create different scenarios, narratives, characters that you're interacting with. So SillyTavern really can help you do that. Now, I personally just use KoboldCPP because I don't really have the time. I'm not a, back when I was, this is the thing, back when I was 20, back when I was 18, 16, I'd have like sat here and freaked out on this stuff. Girl, so it's an amazing software. If you got the time and you've got the desire to do it, dig into SillyTavern because you ain't going to be dissatisfied. But it is a little bit confusing to get in there, and again, it's not really necessary for chatbotting, but if it's what you're looking for, then it's the perfect thing for you. So we're going to go through the install and how to hook it up to your KoboldCPP. But before we do that, please go ahead and like this channel, share the video, do all that good stuff, because it really helps us get it into the community, and it will make you sleep better at night, I'm sure, knowing that you've been such a helpful person. So thank you very much. So now let's get back to okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to pop on over to our internet here, and we are going to do a search for SillyTavern download. Okay, easy peasy. Brings up this one, SillyTavern LLM front end for power users. And this is actually a great way to explain it. It's for power users. Okay. Okay, it's going to bring us here to this repo. Now we don't need to download the repository. It's going to do it for us later. So we're going to scroll down. Okay, here's a screenshot of what SillyTavern looks like. You see, you can put your picture over here. You've got your chat going over here. Over here, you've got different scenarios that you can run. And you've got all these options up here, world building, stuff like that you can play around with. So anyway, let's pop back to here. Scroll down towards the installation, and we're going to see a warning. So it says, warning, do not install into a Windows-controlled folder. So in other words, do not install this in your programs files. Don't install it in your System32. Put it on your C drive. Okay, so in fact, what we will do is just do something like this. Let's pop over to, see if I can find it really quick here. And there it is. Okay, let's pop over to our command prompt. And now when you start something as an administrator, it starts you in the System32 folder, which is exactly where we don't want to be. So we're going to type change directory, and then we're going to do a backslash. Okay, backslash, because the top of it is leaning backwards. And that's going to take us to our base directory. So from here, you could just do mkdir, that means make directory, and I'm just going to make a directory called temp. Okay, so it creates that directory. Then I'm going to go cd temp, which means change directory. Now I'm inside the directory. If I type dir, which means directory, then it's going to show me that there's nothing in there. So we're in the right place. Let's type clear screen, and let's go back to our instructions and see what else it says. So it's okay, so we set this up. We already know we're not going to install in program files or System32. Do not run start.bat with admin permissions. So if we were installing this with the files up here, again, when you right click something and run as admin, it starts it in the System32 folder, as we just saw. And then installation on Windows 7 is impossible. So guys, I'm just going to say, if you're running Windows 7, I don't even know what you're doing in the AI game. You need to up your machine. That's not to shame you. That's to help you. Okay, so we're moving on here. Now, there's something here that's a little bit, it's misleading. So it's going to give us a few different ways to install. So installing via Git, so we can do it kind of manually. or it has a launcher that it installs, and these launchers are really cool, and that's what we're going to do. But what it doesn't tell us is that we need to install this node.js regardless of which one of these we use. So node.js, let's go ahead, I'm going to open it. I'm going to right click open link in another tab, and here we're going to see what it is. So node.js is a free open source cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that lets developers create servers, web apps, command line tools, and scripts. So it's a runtime environment. So in other words, SillyTavern is running in JavaScript, and it needs something that can interpret it. It needs node.js, and you have to have it installed on your machine. So we're going to go ahead and click this button, and what it's going to do is it's going to open up your download, and then you'll just put it in your downloads folder and save. Okay, so you can see mine was downloading. Let me click over here to a full screen view, just one moment. Okay, so now you can see what I'm doing here. So we went ahead and downloaded it, saved it to our downloads folder. So we're just going to click here, and then let's just click it to install it. Okay, welcome to the Node.js setup wizard. Click next. We accept the terms as if we had a choice. Let this install into the program files. So press next. Don't worry about any of this. Well, let's see. Add to path. Yep, so it's already adding it to path. So click next. Okay, so this automatically install the necessary tools. Note this will also install Chocolatey. We're going to go ahead and click this. Chocolatey is just a way, again, it's a package installer that you might run into later. In your command line terminal, you use the word Choco and then the name of the package. Let's just click it to get it installed. And then we'll just hit the install button. Let this bad boy run for a second. Okay, so it's been successfully installed. So we're going to finish. Okay, press any key, press any key. It's installing all the other stuff, so press yes. It's just a matter of waiting, twiddling the thumbs while the magic happens. That's interesting. This probably doesn't install it. It is. So it must be putting it into its own package. Alright, so let this go. Maybe we'll pause here for a minute so you don't have to sit and wait. Okay, so after a long install, it says type enter to exit, so we're going to go ahead and type enter, and we are going to exit. Alright, now, let's get back to our internet, and let's get on with the install. Let me get him back over to the page we need to be on here. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we've installed Node.js. So you're gold with that. Shouldn't have any issues with apps that need that from here on out. So now let's go down here to where it says installing via the SillyTavern launcher. So here it says on your keyboard press Windows and R to open the run dialog box. Okay, all that does is it opens up your command prompt. Okay, but we've already done this. We're already in the folder we want to install it, so we're fine. Okay, now it says here that we're going to use, it wants us to install this program called Winget. Winget is basically a package installer. So like if you want to download a Windows application, sometimes you can go to the website and download it. Sometimes you can use Winget. So let's just check to see if we have it first. Go to your terminal and just type the word Winget. Okay, if it comes up with something like this, it's installed. You don't need to do anything. You can skip the whole step. If it doesn't come up with that, then go back over here, copy it, go back to your terminal, and then paste it in, and it will install it. Then what I would do is close down your command line terminal, and then reopen it again, just to make sure. Okay, now we got it all done. We're going to go here. Now this is an interesting one here. It looks like one command. This is actually 3 commands that are strung together. You can tell they're strung together by the ampersands. So it means what we're going to do is run this first command. If that works, then we're going to run the second one, and if that works, then we're going to run the third one. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go back to our terminal, paste that in there. There you can see it. We're going to git clone the repository, and if the repository If it happens successfully, then we're going to change directory to get into the directory it created, and then if that works, we're going to run a file called installer.bat. So let's go ahead and press enter. Come on. Okay, so it's going to clone into there, then it's going to open it up, and now you're going to see it opened up to this window. Hold on just a second. Okay, so here we are. So it says, what would you like to do? Install SillyTavern, install extras, install XTTS. Now, TTS is text-to-speech. I've shown you in another video how you can use your headphone, to speak with the chatbots instead of typing. That's how you would install it with SillyTavern. The extras, if you click on there, it's going to just say that they're deprecated. They've removed them, so we're not going to deal with it. What we're going to do is we're just going to click one, and we're going to install SillyTavern. So it's going to, you can see it, it's cloning another directory into here. So we're going to wait for that to be done. And I think I already mentioned it, but this application doesn't take much resource because it's just a user interface. It's not actually the chatbot. The chatbots are what take up VRAM, not the software that's displaying what the chatbots say. So, okay, resolving deltas there, installed successfully. Do you want to create a shortcut? Let's press yes. Okay, so it didn't create the shortcut for us, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and start the launcher. We'll press yes. So it's installing everything. And something went wrong here, so let's see what happened. Okay, and now we're back on track. The issue was that we had to, after installing node.js, we had to close our terminal window and then open it again. Okay, so that's actually a really good lesson, guys. When you install stuff, you got to. It's like you're in an old environment, and now you got new stuff, and the old one doesn't have it. So you close it, open the new one, and everything's updated. So, blah blah blah. Okay, anyway, so we are now in the thing, and I'm going to pop over here to show you what we have done. Oh, that's not it. Where is it out here? And there we go. Okay, it was in our browser. So, so here we go. We are in the thing. So it's going to ask us, before you get started, you must select a persona name. So, whatever, Fred the Great, whatever you want. We'll type in Cogni build, and we're going to save it. Okay. So our persona is updated. Now what we need to do is we need to connect this to our KoboldCPP. You're going to have all these options here. This is very confusing. I'm going to let you learn a lot of this kind of stuff once we get going, but I'm going to get you connected. So, you can change the background. Let's change the cyberpunk. Okay. So you can mess around with this. You can put your own description in here. Guys, I mean, this is really for role-playing. People that are really deep into role-playing, really want to build worlds. This is a world-building software. Look at all these options you can have. Okay, what we're concerned with, though, is getting it connected to a chatbot that we can talk with. So, to do that, first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to have to go down to our desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to here. And we need to get a chatbot running. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. It's KoboldCPP. And what this is going to do is we're going to pick a model. We're going to hit launch. And this is going to start the server. So remember, SillyTavern is the user interface, but we're actually starting the server. So now it's going to bring this up, but we don't care about that. What we care about is getting the endpoint. Okay, so this is what we're going to grab here, this OpenAI compatible API. So whoops, if we click on it, we're going to highlight that and hit copy. Okay, now what we can do is we can go back to our SillyTavern. and click our API. And what we want to do is we want to click on Kobold Classic. Okay, so we'll go here to API URL, and I'm going to tell you what, this is really confusing. A lot of people don't realize they can click on there. This is where you click. Okay, then we're going to go here. We're just going to Control V, and we're going to paste that in there. And let's click it there, and let's connect. All right, so all right, let's see what we got going on here real quick. Okay, looking at this, we're going to see it actually gives us a thing here. It says KoboldCPP works better when you select the text completion. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll go back up here, hit text completion. Then what we can do is we can type or paste into here, API key optional, then down to our server URL, and then we can connect. And notice it's connected us. We are that green light, we're now connected, okay? I don't think it's going to let us talk directly with it. Let's try that. Let's say hi there. Okay, yep, it says characters not selected. So we need to now select a character. So it says click this little thing here, choose characters. We'll go over here. Now here's a default one. Let's just click on Seraphina. And remember we were talking about saying that there's pre-made characters. So this is one. Let's say hi there. And let's see if she's going to respond back. There she goes. Hi, you're safe here in my... Oh, I'm so glad we're safe. Oh, so good to be in a safe place. Okay, so there you have it. We now say, I found this magic wand. It makes people do anything. Crazy. Huh. She lives her words. A daily hands for the judges. Wow. It could be used for great evil. Well, it could be, but it could also be used for this. I wave wand at Seraphina, and she starts to dance the boogie woogie. Let's see if she responds to that. Silliness. Silliness is abounding. Seraphina's eyes widen and shocked. She's suddenly dancing the boogie woogie. Alright, so there you go. So, you can also go over here and create your own characters. And you would do that through up here. I'm not really... Again, I don't use this software. I appreciate this software. But I use straight case... I use just straight KCPP. But if you're into role-playing, you can create your own character. There's somewhere here you can click on. There, look at this. Brief description of personality, scenarios. You can really dive deep into your characters. But I'm going to tell you the most difficult thing is the connection. What people miss is this, where it says API. I've sat here myself for several minutes, but where the hell am I supposed to click? You got to click there. Okay, I went to Classic. It told us to go to text completion. Then all I did is we popped over here to where we loaded the original Kobold server. Look at it, see the server's been running in the background. And we captured this one that has the V1. And then we pasted it into here, okay? And we connected, chose a character, and then we were in the money going. So that is how you get this thing installed. It's funny how much difficulty that people have with this software, and it's just simply because it's kind of confusing. But when you know what you're doing, it's like click, 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 and you're going. So there you have it. SillyTavern is now connected to KoboldCPP. If you want to know how to run stuff on KoboldCPP, check out my other videos. Again, it's my favorite software. It's pretty much all that I use for chatbots. Very easy. It's just one file. You click it, and then you load a model, and then you can go to your SillyTavern here and do all the silliness that you would ever want to do. So there you have it. There you have it. If you have any questions, hit me up on Discord, and I'll be happy to help you out. And as usual, you stay good, and we'll catch you on the next time. Yo.